I was just laying there looking at the sky and she's feeding me the fruits. And I was like, man, this Alex Leon guy, he really changed my fucking life. I went from having no dates before the workshop to having maybe so many women interested that I cannot even feed them all throughout my week. I have like maybe 2 or 3 now that I could see frequently if I wanted to. So now I have kind of the tool, the ability to expand my circle whenever I feel like it.
All right, gentlemen and one lady watching. I'm here with Pascal. He's in Prague. I think about a month ago, we just finished a couple of days in the field coaching in Berlin, Germany, which was, from memory, the first time he ever approached women cold on the street. His whole life he was hesitating. His whole life he was holding back, even though he's a charming, extroverted kind of guy. And we broke through a lot of these limitations he had in his mind. I'm sitting down here with Pascal to chat what's been happening since. So first of all, thank you for, doing a follow-up interview. And again, thank you for documenting the whole Berlin experience as well on camera.
Just said thank you for showing up, but I wanted to say thank you to you for changing my life. It really did change my life. I think the experience that I had in Berlin, and it was hard for me to imagine that my life would look the way it looks right now, just 1 month after I met you, because a lot of things have happened since then.
Okay.
And I'm in general, very happy, very proud of the progress that I've done, very happy with the decision that I to go to Berlin and be there and force myself to take action, because like you were mentioning at the beginning of the call, I've for a long time considered myself a very confident and charming guy, I could say. I would still have these mental limitations that wouldn't allow me to take action, especially when it comes to approaching ladies on the street. And after the workshop, even during the workshop, I kind of deleted these limitations from my mind, and a lot has changed since then. So I'm very happy with how everything is going. I will tell you maybe a little bit more in detail now.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, tell me what's been holding you back before, and how long have you been considering starting cold approach? How long was that time for you of I want to approach, I know this is cool, but how long you've been delaying it?
Approximately 1 year with it on my mind, because I was dating another lady for 4 years before that. So I was kind of, taken and not having the idea in my mind of getting to meet new women through cold approach. But I was consuming content about cold approach even before I broke up with my ex-girl. So I knew that the dynamic existed. I knew that a lot of people were successful with it. I thought it was very nice and organic way of meeting women, and also difficult because most men are not able or capable of doing it. So it was in my mind for some time, but let's say technically I really started to think about doing it myself after I was single again, after a 4-year relationship.
Okay, what was holding you back?
It's hard to say. I guess it's some mental beliefs or some ideas that you have in your mind, like for example that you will piss the ladies off, or that it will be so uncomfortable that it would be better to not even try. I was afraid of being rejected also. That I think that has a lot to do with it. But in every situation with women in particular, and I believe the field that we did in Berlin really helped me fight through the rejection part of things, because I have it now interiorized that it's just part of the game. And it was affecting me in basically every sense when it comes to women. Even with women that I knew liked me, when I was on date with them, I was afraid of making moves and being my true masculine self, you could say, like you were telling me when we met. So I was just afraid of rejection, also afraid of maybe disturbing or being kind of creepy or not being able to do it properly. I guess it's a mix of a lot of things, but these were probably the main ones.
What happened during the workshop for you? Because I remember you came in and right away you were able to approach. So why was it easy so quickly for you to overcome that fear that you had for a whole year?
One of the reasons was the fact that I paid you to teach me. I was, let's say, postponing the action taking thing for a long time, but I thought, look, I'm in a new city, in a completely different environment. No one knows me. It's like I have a brand new personality. I also paid you some money that for me was a good investment. And I felt like, if Alex tells me go and talk to that blonde lady, I should do it. After I did it, I think maybe 2 to 3 times, or even at the beginning on the first day, I got such a huge dopamine hit. Being able to see a beautiful lady on the street, go and talk to them and put into reality things that were in my mind for such a long time. It gave me so much, energy, so much dopamine, so much good feelings that I kind of got hooked after it.
I feel powerful.
as powerful as I've ever felt. And it was like kind of also realizing how much of how many opportunities were now going to be presented to me after that. Because honestly, I feel like now that I've done it, I mean, I'm far from being an expert. I've done maybe less than 60, 70 approaches since we met, but it's already a lot. And I've been successful to some extent. Like I've had dates with ladies that I've cold approach, beautiful ladies that I in my mind I thought maybe it would be impossible to date in the past. And now the fact that 2 weeks ago I was with a friend of mine who's also doing cold approach, and I did one approach in the whole day, and it was like a beautiful Russian lady that I saw walking by, and I was like, I'm gonna go talk to her. It was a beautiful day. I had an event in the afternoon, so I was dressing very nice, very confident, and I thought, let's just do it. So I went, stopped her. She was on the phone, I think, listening to music or something. I just stopped her. I said, excuse me. She took the earphone off, and I said something that also really helped me when with the things that you were mentioning when we were doing the workshop, the fact that you have to be direct. So I was very direct. I told her, look, sorry to stop you, but you look so beautiful today. I had to come and say hello. And she was like shocked, but shocked in the good way, you know? So she was like, oh, thank you. What's your name? So we started talking, and the conversation was flowing. I was also applying some of the concepts that you also told me in the workshop about, you know, asking a question, becoming more specific about the next question, then talking a little bit about yourself. So I was able to like quickly connect with the lady, and then I just closed with the Instagram, and she was like so excited to see me again. It was nice. And then I meet her the week after. You know, we had a really nice date. We kissed. I spent some really nice time with her. Yeah, she wants to see me again. She's a doctor in the process of becoming a doctor. Very nice, feminine, beautiful lady from Russia. And you know, I love it. It's just like, you know, it's cool. And also right after I came back from Berlin, also I think the day after, or maybe 2 days after, I was at the gym, and there was this lady also that I quickly spoke to like 2-3 months before I was in Berlin with you, and I all kind of applied the same concept. So we started talking a bit. We did some like quick chat, and she asked me a question about, I think it was how to train a certain body part or something, and I straight went into, let's do one thing. We're gonna work out next week. Just type your Instagram here. And she was like, I don't have Instagram. I'm like, wow, even better if you don't have Instagram. So she typed her phone number on my phone. The next day, I think I was about to text her, but I said, I will see her at the gym. So I would just go to the gym and talk to her. So I went, talked to her, was very direct. We're gonna go and train tomorrow. We trained the day after. Mm-hmm. During the workout, I was direct again, you know, like clear with my intentions. I told her, look, I want to take you out for a drink sometime next week. When are you free? She told me I will have to check. Maybe next Friday I'm free. So we finished the workout. Everything was nice. She left. She texted me again and she said, I'm free this Friday. We had a date. I kissed her, you know, like good things happen after that. Yesterday was like the 3rd or 4th time that I've seen her. We had the amazing sex.
Good, you mean you had sex with her when you mean good
things?
Yes,
I did.
He's such a gentleman. Good things happened.
Yesterday, I swear, I was with her. There is a very nice park around here in close to where I live, and I was laying on the grass with her, and she brought like a lot of food there. She was feeding me the fruits on my mouth.
How did you feel?
Oh man, I'm telling you, I was just laying there looking at the sky, and she was feeding me the fruits, and I was like, man, this Alex Leon guy, he really changed my life.
You thought about me or no? If she would know that you think about a guy while she's feeding you grapes.
I was not really thinking, but after that.
No, I get it. I appreciate it. It's funny. So you did about 60 approaches in 1 month.
Less than 60, because I think in Berlin I did between 20 to 30, and then after I've been back, I've done maybe 15, 20 more in total. I did like a few sets on weekends, and then like I approached one lady at the cafeteria the other day when I was coming back from the dentist, which was huge for me because he was working on the laptop. And before I left, I went and said, I was about to leave, but you look so interesting. I had to come and talk to you. So I sit with her, I spoke with her. So yeah, no, I just felt, I feel now like powerful, you know.
Incredible. I mean, that's incredible results from like 15, 20 approaches. And it kind of shows if you do a proper like beginning we did with coaching, and then you have the skill kind of down, and you have momentum, and you have good reference experiences, which you had, right? You had good interactions with girls. The closing rate can be pretty strong. Like girls actually like being approached, right? Because some guys approach hundreds of girls and don't get results. And I'm like, there must be something wrong with your approach then. It's not the girls.
Yeah, it's not definitely. And the thing also, in my case, I believe that I have done a lot of the work before I met you. because I was already like, I think, charming, confident. Like for me, approaching a lady on the street was harder than quitting my job. You know, I quit my full-time 9 to 5 job.
Can you explain what specifically, why was it so challenging for you?
I was just afraid of being rejected. I would say it was like something in my mind that really, if you really think about it, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But sometimes I believe you need to have somebody who's above you, that is watching over you or looking to you from a highest level, to put that into words and tell you what things are not working for you. Like it happened to me. So I think it helped me basically by just becoming exposed to the fact of being rejected, which is really not a big deal. Even throughout the workshop, I was rejected a few times, or maybe I didn't exactly know how to approach, or maybe I approached the lady and she had a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or she just didn't stop. So I just realized, I just noticed that nothing happens. You know, life keeps moving. You're still the man, and you're even better than before the approach because you have the balls to go and do it. So I gained more confidence even if I was rejected from the action. So it was cool.
I want to go a little bit deeper into that. Do you remember something specific, like a memory during the coaching that switched something in your mind that helped you after the workshop continue this by yourself?
For me, even the first approach that I did, when we were in the afternoon after all the warm up and everything, I went and stopped and I spoke to the lady for some time, and you know, that really was a nice switch. But another one that I had really nice was after the first day when we finished and you left, and I was like with somebody else, I think around the park where we finished the workshop, and I saw a lady on a bench, very beautiful lady sitting on the bench, and I said, look, I'm gonna give myself the chance and do it without Alex pushing me. And I just went to the bench, talked to her. She was sitting there and I just started the conversation and I just sit with her. I like kind of calibrated well, and I asked her if I could see. She said yes. So we sit there. I had a conversation with her for maybe 20-25 minutes, and it was very powerful, very connecting, you know, because she had the diapers in the bench. So I asked her if she had a kid or something. We spoke about it, and I think I asked her like very deep, powerful questions about what it feels to have a kid, and do you love the kid more than anything else? How does that feel? And we had like really strong conversation. And I was, you know, in Berlin. I went there by myself. I didn't know anybody, you know, and the fact that I was there by myself, I approached the lady, I spoke to her, I had a really nice connection. I left the interaction feeling like, man, you really can bend reality to your needs, you know. It's kind of crazy to think about it. So that was very powerful. I mean, there were plenty of everything throughout the workshop was nice. Even the practice that we did in the morning with the ladies that you invited over for the dynamics, like I don't remember the name of this red hair lady, but it was really helpful when I was sitting with her. Yeah. Even though we were kind of, you know, pretending, there was some like game within the pretending. Because a problem that I have also in general with women, not through the cold approaches, I was sometimes afraid of escalating the situation, you know, because of the same thing that wouldn't allow me to cold approach, which was basically being fearful of being rejected. And I quickly realized that if you're smart enough and you can calibrate, you can elevate the situation or escalate the situation without it being creepy or weird, if you're able to like read the signs. So that kind of also helped me a lot. And then of course there were some really nice advice that I've been implementing also after that. I don't know if Liam or you told me this, but one thing that really struck me and that I've already, let's say, practiced in my life after the workshop is, for example, when you greet the lady for the first time after you're going on a date, the fact that you hug her for the first time when you meet her, I believe that's really powerful too. It was not something that was in my mind before, but really helped. A lot of things that might feel or might look simple or stupid to somebody like you, to somebody like me that didn't have them interiorized inside.
We all had to learn it eventually. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
of course. So the advice was great in general. Also for the party event, I did a party last week.
Let's go into that. So you definitely got results in dating wise after the workshop. So let's talk a little bit about social circle. So what did you do about a party? Why did you do a party and how did you pull it off?
Even before the workshop, I was already organizing events from time to time. I've done like crazy parties in my house before. I have a really nice living room, like the one you were showing me. My flat is on the last floor. So I've done like nice parties in the past, but the ratio of the parties before was not as good as the last one that I did. But I've been for the past, let's say, few years already a very social guy. I just had some disbeliefs when it comes to women, but I was you know, already social with men and particular. And in terms of organizing the the parties, there were some things that changed in regards to how I was inviting the people and what things that I had in consideration when doing that. But I just had some, like I said, mental limitations. And after coming back from the workshop and having noticed that in real life through experience, I just became way more confident. I'm now more assertive with women in general. I feel, more powerful, like I was telling you, in every sense, because to some extent, this part of my life was the only thing that was kind of disturbing me for some time, because I already had my business on the side. I know how to make money. I have really like good connections with men. I already have really nice people in my life. But when it came to women, I felt like, I'm this big guy that's already, big, fit, confident, social. But then when it comes to ladies, I see a lady on the street that I see is beautiful. I don't have the balls to go and talk to her. So I have this cognitive dissonance that was not allowing me to be fully myself, kind of.
Yeah.
So now that I, after the workshop, the way that I kind of unlocked that new part of myself, I feel like way more free, way more powerful, way more masculine.
Because you're literally like a bodybuilder. Like you spend a lot of time in the gym, and I remember you have a very good physique. Like
I'm in shape. I dress well. I'm confident. I'm charming, but I was still afraid of the ladies.
You did everything that everybody tells you to do to get women.
But you still have to go and talk to them. You know what I mean? They don't come to you, even if you look great. Like the lady at the gym that I'm dating now, that I'm seeing often, she was like, I had my eyes on you for weeks, but I still have to go and make the move.
Wow.
So sometimes and I'm talking maybe to all the guys that are watching this now, the difference between being single and having the lady of your dreams by your side, a lot of the times has a lot to do with you taking action. The most beautiful and the most feminine and nice women that you will see, they won't take the step to talk to you. You have to go and talk to them.
They want a masculine guy, and a masculine guy takes action. The more feminine she is, the more masculinity she will appreciate, right? What's next for you think?
I need to keep approaching. I went from having no dates before the workshop to having maybe so many women interested that I cannot even feed them all throughout my week. I have like maybe 2 or 3 now that I could see frequently if I wanted to. So now I have kind of the ability to expand my circle whenever I feel like it or whenever I want. So that makes me,
sure.
First of all, I have this feel of abundance that also allows me to behave in a certain way, even with the women that are already part of my life, which is nice because it gives you power when you have options and you have the ability to meet women anytime. I think it changed the dynamic a lot, but for me now, my future, I think it looks like just getting to experience more of the nice life, meeting women, spending time with them, enjoying their company. I really like feminine energy. I was
I get it.
With the fruits, and I was like, man, I really miss that, so it's nice to have. I'm looking forward to more experiences like that. Obviously, I'm gonna keep approaching. I want to do it. I'm doing it almost every week now. I have like a group of friends that I'll go with, and we kind of force ourselves to do it. I'm definitely not a natural yet. I still have to kind of force myself to take action, but I'm really happy with the results, given the fact that I've done maybe less than 50 approaches. So I'm just happy. My life completely changed in the romantic department after the workshop. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity and very thankful to you for the help, man. You're really changing lives, and it's something to really highlight. I really like what you're doing.
Thank you so much. It's I love my job for that reason, and why I'm grateful to you that you put that on the internet, because people don't believe it's true. They sit at home and they think it's acted. They think we hire girls who we put in the videos, or they have excuses. Of course it's easy for him, or it's because it's in this country, or it's because it's this time of the year, it wouldn't work for me, blah blah blah. What do you tell those guys who have always an excuse?
Look, I got my sleeve tattooed this year, and I have this sentence in Spanish which says, fear is the guide. And I was really afraid of approaching. It was the thing that I was the most afraid of doing in my life until I went to visit you in Berlin. So in my opinion, the growth is always out of the comfort zone, and for women in particular, but it can be with anything in life. If there's something that is uncomfortable to you now that you're afraid of doing, there is a high chance that there is a lot of growth in that department. And even though it might be difficult for you to take the action at the beginning and maybe take the first step like I did, I had to force myself to do it by the coaching, by paying. Which to some extent, I think you told me this, hiring a coach is like outsourcing the motivation. It is really true. It was a source of motivation for me, but it really worked, and it changed my life. So now looking back, it is something that has happened also in other departments of my life. When it comes to business, I also hired a coach that was already making money online and taught me how to do it. So I think it's the best thing that you can do. And the energy that you will get from doing something that you've been afraid of doing for so long is the dopamine hit that I got from the approaches. You guys will see it on the video because I think it's filmed. I will get out of the approach and I was like, so excited that I've done it, and so happy that I pulled it off. That is something that I never experienced before. So it's great accomplishment, great feeling of overcoming the fear. Your life will change. You will have abundance when it comes to women, which is for us men is a very important part of our life. Even though people say that it's not as important, most guys that are watching this, they're making the money, they dress well, they go to the gym, they buy the nice cars, they get the nice watch, they hustle all day to become successful and to get a higher status.
But they were relying on dating apps, or that hopefully one day she walks into the right office or the right course or whatever.
As a man, it's your job to take action and to lead. And to lead, you have to be able to do these kind of things. That's how my parents met. That's how things were like not long ago. And that's just the essence of being masculine, is being able to, go after what you want. So, I mean, if you're not able to approach a lady on the street, like, how can you call yourself a man? I don't know.
I'm trying to wake more guys up. I mean, I'm doing a free consultation call. People can book me for an hour if they apply in the form below, and I will listen and give free advice. I will listen to everybody's specific situation. I will give advice. I will tell you what you have to do to get results in everybody's situation. So people just have to take that chance.
I was so happy and so excited after I came back from Berlin that I basically told all my friends what I was doing.
Nice.
I was so happy, and so I told my mom, I told my sisters, I told my friends, I told even ladies that I dated, I told them that I was, doing it now. And
they won't be happy like that you're upgrading so much. Some people will be like,
of course. And I got so much admiration from some of my friends because I approached more ladies in Berlin in 2 days that maybe my whole social circle has approached in their whole life.
Wow.
So
guys, don't do it. I think the bar has never been that low. If you do a little bit, you're already on the top 5%. It's crazy.
I would say even less than 5. If you do it well, which I believe just takes time, if you are put in the work. In my case, I think it was kind of easier for me than for maybe other people because I already looked good. I already had good fashion style. I was already social. But if you put in the work and you don't stalk the lady and you're smooth, the impression that you leave on her is so powerful. Like I had a date with this Russian lady the other day, and we were drinking some wine after we met. I talked to her for 5 minutes in the street. I closed with the Instagram, then I texted her. We had the date, we met, we walked to the place, we had the wine, and I was sitting there. I was like, what did you think about me when I approached you? And she was like, it was so nice. It never happened to me before. I was so in shock, so surprised. I bet, the moment that I left the interaction, she went to the group chat with the ladies and she said something like, oh, this guy just approached me on the street. I'm gonna meet him next week. She's so excited.
Probably.
So the frame completely changed also. It cannot be compared with a lady that you match on Tinder. No. Like when you stop a lady on the street, you're smooth. You tell her that you like her and you want to see her again. Like the way that she thinks about you is completely different. I think you get straight to the top of the list.
Yeah.
Because most women now, they have a lot of options on the internet because probably everyone here knows that they swipe right and it's a match. So they have 50, 100 matches a day, but then how many men are stopping them on the street?
Yeah.
None?
And really stopping them properly. Because there's guys who are like, hi, or hey, can I get your number? Or, like a shitty approach. But how many do it really well? Not many.
You go straight to the top, man.
Go straight to the top.
It's literally a glitch in the matrix.
Sounds like a headline for some marketing book. With that one trick, you can go straight to the top.
It's true. It's a glitch, but you have to put in the work. You have to overcome the fear of being rejected. You have to force yourself to do it. But I'm telling you, from the other side, after I've surpassed the wall, it feels incredible.
That's a beautiful thing to say. So guys, click below to book your free call. You will talk to me or Liam for an hour. We'll talk about your situation. We'll talk about how we can help you. We will listen. We'll figure it out. There's a way. to be more social, to overcome your approach anxiety, get in that social flow that allows you, like it did for Pascal, to go from here to here. Stepping over that line is not that hard. It's difficult to do it yourself, but we have an amazing support group. We have over 50 members actually in the social transformation program, and I might come to your city, or like Pascal did, you know, you took a train from Prague to Berlin. I'm gonna do another tour eventually in terms of coaching. That's it. Thank you so much for that little update. Maybe we can reconnect in like 4 or 5 months, because this has just been 1 month and you're already like dating left and right. So I'm only curious what's next. I mean, either you're gonna have multiple girlfriends or you're gonna choose.
That's something that I wanted to ask you, man. How do you navigate that situation? Because it never happened in my life before.
If you have many girls now that you're gonna have regular sex with, first of all, don't expect that it stays like that forever. You know, girls are gonna move on, and then you have to attract somebody new. Just be ready for the question that a girl is like,
what are we?
The girls will fall in love with you and they want to kind of grab you, right? They want to make you go monogamous. And then you have the talk. You lead with honesty, integrity. You tell them what you actually want, and you tell it in an authentic, honest way. And they will often just understand you, because it's, again, they will appreciate your masculinity. They will appreciate how grounded you are. They will appreciate that you know what you want and that you're able to express it. It's the same as the first approach. And you just keep doing that over and over again throughout the relationship. And then they're like, oh, okay. And they will accept it, right? They will take on that frame. And some of them are just like, no, sorry, that's not for me. And then you're like, yeah, I totally understand. Hey, no bad feelings. It's so good to spend time with you. But I really understand that you want something serious right now. And I just can't be that at this time in my life. I'm sorry about that, but that's how it is. And then they're like, okay. And then they might still come back or something, right? Or think about you.
It's just a difficult situation for me to navigate, because I never had the chance to have like multiple women chasing me at the same time, which is, something that if guys start doing what you tell them to do, the situation will come if they put in the work. And I feel like I've always tended to be monogamous, but at the same time, now that I'm going to be able to experience just abundance in that sense, or at least a few more options, is a struggle that I will have to deal with. But that is way better to have to deal with that.
I think at your age, it's good. It's a time for chaos. It's a time for experimentation. It's a time for up a few things, for having, breaking some hearts here and there. Not because you're a bad guy, but because you're learning so much now in this phase, right? You learn so much more now, approaching a lot, dating a lot, having sex with different women, trying out different dynamics, doing parties, maybe having threesomes than you would with one girlfriend. You haven't met your dream girl yet, right? She's out there somewhere. And if you meet her tomorrow, maybe she wouldn't want to date you. Maybe you're not enough for her yet. Maybe you have to work on yourself. You have to become the future Pascal still, and then you're gonna meet her, and then you're like, okay, there will be a moment one day where after you made all these crazy experiences, which you have to make, you go, fuck all these bitches, I just want that girl, right? But for that, you have to build yourself.
Of course. And you need to meet a lot of women to know what you like, what is the best that fit for you, and that only comes with options. And to have options, you have to put in the work. There is no other way. If you're gonna be relying on Tinder to meet women, you're fucked. I'm just telling you right off the spot, from a guy that already is in shape, dressed well and everything. I still couldn't rely on dating apps to meet women. It's just not the way it works now. So time to work, guys.
Beautiful. Thanks, Pascal, for sharing your insights, and catch up in the future with more updates from your
I will keep sharing my stories with you on WhatsApp, man. Keep
Beautiful.
sharing it all with you.
I'm curious. Okay.
Bye-bye.